Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Apex irons from Callaway.
You know, it was a great experience. You know, we've talked quite a bit about the scenario, how it all happened. To be in my hometown, the 500th PGA start, you know, it's going to be the end of my PGA Tour career. I figure I don't think I need to get 501, so had a lot of crazy emotions all the time. I mean, the first tee shot was pretty nerve-wracking, and even continuing on it, I never really felt totally comfortable. I wanted to do so well, and then I didn't want to hit really bad shots. I just played so conservative, and the golf was just another thing, really. Playing and being able to participate. The 500th event is just a crazy dream story that, I gave up on trying to get 500th about 10, 12 years ago. So, all the emotions have went like a whirlwind everywhere, but most of it's been a joy, and really had a good time.
Is it even possible to identify a takeaway from a week like this? What would it be?
Just take away the long career, the hard work, my dedication, and what family and friends have done to support me the whole time to keep me going. Just take a lot of accomplishment, a lot of enjoyable times. I've been a lot of places, done a lot of stuff, and had a great role of playing golf, and I enjoyed every part of it. So there's a lot I can take away, and there was a lot of negative that I used to think about, but it's turning all positive now.
I loved the full circle aspect of you having that bullseye that you used as a kid in your bag. How was the putting this week?
When I've used it in the practice rounds and playing with some buddies and stuff, if they were here, the guys I played with, they would say I putted exceptional. But I didn't putt very good this week. My anxiety, my nerves, I guess my old age nerves wasn't holding up. A little shaky on some of the putts, so I didn't have the right speeds. Can't blame it on the putter. It was more me. The putter's still a great putter. It's the putty that had a tough time.
We've talked about the support that you've had here, but last couple of days, all these people in the Blake's Birdie shirts following you around, and even now, big crowd watching what you're doing. What does that mean to you?
Well, that's all the emotions where they come out. They're all right behind you and facing me, so that support that I've got is, it's you can't take that for granted, and to see them, show the support, walked every hole, no matter if I made a birdie or a triple, they're cheering for me. So that's the support and love they give to me, and it's just I wouldn't have it any other way.
You were already a Utah legend. This just puts an exclamation mark on it. It is just absolutely stunning, J. Don, what you have done.
Well, thank you. It's you look at it and think of the number, and when I decided not to really push that hard to try to get to that point, I think I was okay about it. But then once the reality, possibilities of it happening, I'm like, this would be a pretty cool milestone to get to. And the scenario, the way it turned out, and what's all happened out here the last couple of days, or pretty much all week long, is, it's just a blessing of, great friends, great family, and a great career. None.
Yeah, I started well the last couple of days. It just kind of, it's one of those golf courses when you kind of get off a good start. You can kind of take your chances sometimes and be conservative on some shots. So obviously super happy with how I played. The 2 chip-ins on the back kind of, obviously made that round from being good to great. So super happy with it. Game feels nice.
Yeah, take us through those chips if you can.
Yeah, I kind of, it was blown decently hard at that point, and I missed 2 greens to the right. The one shot on 15 was, I just kind of had to get up in the air. It was into the wind. It wasn't terribly difficult, but it landed pretty softly and then ran right in. And then on 16, that rattled the flag pretty hard, so I got a little lucky there. But sometimes, on good rounds, you got to get lucky sometimes.
Well, those 2 holes, part of a stretch on 12 through 18 that you're 11 under on these 2 days.
Yeah.
You love that stretch, don't you?
Yeah, I guess I obviously went on the 6th birdie run yesterday, and when you miss 2 of those greens, you're like, okay, I'll make par, shoot 2 or 3 under on this backside, and still be a good round. And you chip 2 of them in. So, obviously, lucky to do that. I like this golf course. You got to keep it in play. Play somewhat conservative sometimes, but you also got to take advantage of the par 5s and the short par 3s, and I feel like I've done that well this week.
Yeah, you mentioned the hot start. Take us through 1, 2, and 3 if you can as well.
Yeah, I hold a nice putt on 1. It was probably 25 feet. It was kind of nice to get the day started. And on 2, I actually, the ball went further. I didn't try to get it all the way to that back pin. It was a pretty dicey pin. So it flew further, and I ended up having like 12 feet, and I had a nice read on it and made that. And then I headed to a foot on the next. And I actually I think I had a pretty good, decent chance on 4 to make birdie too. So like I said, suits me well. I feel like I'm hitting my irons nicely. I'm putting it pretty good. And the 2 chip-ins are obviously a bonus for sure.
And with all of that, you've got to be really excited about these next 2 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. The golf course kind of is starting to play a little firmer. You started on 18. I think my 7-iron bounced maybe 12 yards on the green. So, it's. I think they're letting it get firmer and firmer for the weekend. I don't know. I haven't seen the wind, so I'm not sure what the wind looks like this weekend. But definitely, I hit a drive through the fairway at 370. So you've got to slowly figure out, where to hit drivers, where to kind of lay back a little bit. And, it's just a nice golf course for sure.
Yeah, you've had a fantastic season. You don't have the pressure that a lot of these guys do right now. 4 solid rounds last week in Jackson, now off to a good start this week. What are your goals here during the fall?
Yeah, I try to win a tournament, right? I obviously got a little bit of a taste of that last year in March in Houston, and I felt like I played solid a little, here and there after that win.